Decisive people often look most capable when someone else is carrying the downside. In a meeting, that can feel like strength, but it can also be an illusion because the risk is quietly traveling upward, not staying with the person making the call. The Milgram obedience experiments give us a clean mirror. People did things they did not fully agree with, not because they were cruel, but because an authority figure absorbed responsibility. When accountability is framed as not yours, inhibition drops and momentum takes over. Here is the first core idea: judgment without consequences is rehearsal. If the system lets you decide but shields you from what happens next, your judgment never gets tested by reality. Now let's define the key terms. Capability is the power to navigate complexity through judgment, sense-making, and meaning-making across time horizons. Accountability in this context means you personally own the consequences of a decision over the time span where those consequences actually show up. That leads to the second core idea. True capability is visible only when decision rights and lived consequences are aligned. This matters most in volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity, where information is incomplete and control is always partial. When authority absorbs the downside, people feel safer than conditions warrant, and organizations start rewarding posture instead of judgment. That is where confident decisions can become performance because the cost is socialized, delayed, or pushed upward. Here is a simple test you can run before a material decision. Ask 3 questions. First, agency: who has real levers to influence the outcome right now? Second, consequence: who personally carries the downside if this fails inside the realistic risk envelope? Third, horizon: over what time span will consequences mature, and will the same person remain accountable through that span? Then design the system so the answers stay true across execution. In design, name ownership and ethical boundaries. In organize, align decision rights with resource right. In execute, run short learning loops so early signals reach the decider while there is still time to adapt. And in sustain, review decisions in a consequence-aware way so learning compounds instead of drifting. And here is the closing reflection. In your next hard decision, notice whether you are choosing or just rehearsing behind someone else's shield.